Alrighty, you might be wondering what this is. This is a ketchup bottle full, and it is heavy. So I think I'm going to use this as a weight, and it's wide at the bottom. So I'm going to use this as a weight. If I had a big can of tomato sauce, I think I'd use that instead. But this is what I found really quickly. And I also had these nice heavy coasters that we had laying around the house, and I thought these were kind of nice because I can build these up. I don't know if you can see them, but these are just basically coasters, and I can build these up, and I can try to get that curve here that you see there, and I'm trying to build these up, and then I just lay this down flat, and I have these coasters back here that aren't, I kind of like these coasters, to be honest. They have that flat side here. But you'll find stuff. I mean, you could use your tape roll, or but you want it maybe building things up, things around the house that you can find that serve these purposes. Wood works. These are nice and heavy. I think it's made of stone, so that kind of works for me. And the other thing I've done here, I just did a quick little sketch, just a contour line sketch of the shoe. Nothing to write home about, but the only thing I'm interested in is I measured from the height of the highest point of the shoe to where the ground plane is, and I measured that distance, which is right here, and it came out to 1.75. I also measured the distance between the edge or the edge of the shoe and where the shoe starts to lift off of the ground from here to here, and that was around 4 inches. If you're off a quarter inch here and there, it's not a big deal. The other thing I measured, I forgot to measure this to this, but the other thing I measured was the back heel. As you can see here, it comes off from the ground plane 1 inch. So there's an inch. And everything in the middle here is flat. It's just flat as a pancake. So in some cases, your shoe might have a curve in the middle. And if that's the case, then you put something, the only thing I have in my reach right here are these pliers, but you could put something in the middle to pack it out. And then you push down on one side and you push down on the other side, and then you'll get that curve. That's if your shoe has that, that's what you're gonna have to do. So the other thing is, don't glue these all at the same time. It's not going to work in your favor. You want to just glue or one at a time. Just keep piling it on and letting it glue a little slower. So in this case, I mean, the Elmer's glue doesn't dry that slowly, but I would probably go with the Eileen's Tacky Glue if you have any left from the paper project. But if you don't, then you can go with the Elmer's glue. If you want to buy more of the Eileen's Tacky Glue, it's not expensive. It just might take some time to get to your house if you ship it, or if you go to the store and buy it. They sell it at Hobby Lobby and Michael's. AC Moore no longer exists. But that would expedite the process definitely if you were to use that glue, because it cures faster. So what I'm going to do second, or the other thing I didn't do, was I didn't measure the distance between here and here. But how I did all that, I just wanted to show you how I measured the shoe. I put it on a table here, and I don't think you can see the table's edge, but let me see if I can angle this out. Yes, so you can kind of see the table's edge there, right? I took my ruler, let me just kind of angle this out a little bit more. I took my ruler, in this case, I just had my graph ruler, and I measured, and I put the ruler right on the edge here. You can kind of see my ruler right there, right on the edge, and I just put an even number, like a 6 or something, right on the edge of the table, and then I counted how and I measured the distance between the edge of the table and then the top of the shoe. And when I was looking for these guys, I measured this, and I said, oh, that's 1 3/4 inches, that's perfect. I'm just gonna put it here. But then when I started to put it together, it didn't work out the way I wanted it to. It was too high, because then I put the shoe here, and I'm getting my eye, I'm gonna angle this back down, and now I'm getting my head. I'm going to put my head in here, and I'm getting my head, and I'm looking down parallel to the shoe to see if it's in the same curve, the same line, you know, the same curve. So when I took one off, and I can slide this up, I can slide it back, but when I took one off is when I started to get it, and that's what I use this for. It kind of weighs it down, and now I'm adjusting this, I'm sliding it up, and you can kind of see this is going up and down, and then this one back here is doing the same thing. So now I can kind of use my my first, let me see if I can angle this down a little bit. You really can't see what I'm doing because it's flat, but this is how I got my first layer finished, or not finished, but first layer is even with the shoe. You can kind of just sight, use your eyes and make sure it's parallel to, and then from there, then you can lift this up, hold it down, and then put this guy down. But you want to glue it clearly first and put it here, and then if you have to put, if it's the Eileen tacky glue, you might want to like just hold this and hold this, but it looks like it's conforming pretty well and it should hold. And after that dries, then you do this, the third one, and put that on, and then so forth and so on, and it should build and be true to what you're trying to get to achieve here, and then it's done. So another thing I'm doing here, another thing I'm doing here is I just kind of made these on a diagonal to help support this, which kind of helped, and I think I might go that direction. But you get the idea, and just build it and see where it goes. Alrighty.